Hey guys, this is X, and here I am in Ani's lair on my Shaman D. Had a lot of people asking me, well, not a lot of people, but I've had a number of people sending me private messages or leaving comments saying that I should do some more Shaman videos. So here's one. And if you're reading the chat, don't listen to what I'm saying there. I have done this fight before. I'm just picking on some guildmates. Cuddlehoof is a guildmate of mine who does a lot of the explaining in raids, so I'm just kind of picking on him and telling him to explain the fight in great detail, just to try and slow things down. Nobody listens to me anyway in the raids. I don't ever say anything useful in a raid. I'm always joking around. Anyway, so here we are. We're getting started. The first part of this fight is I actually do fairly well. It's not that difficult anyway. I start DPS a little late because I want to make sure the tank has aggro, and I want to make sure he's got Onyxia up against the wall. And so finally, our druids got her up there, and I'm just going to start doing DPS like normal. And you'll see Recount actually has me as top DPS for a good amount of time here in this fight. So anyway, just DPSing her down. And I wanted to talk a little bit during this short little time where nothing really interesting is happening about just playing World of Warcraft with friends. I think one of the reasons that World of Warcraft to me has gotten a little bit stale. I mean, and the reason it's actually started to pick up again recently is because playing with friends is with real life friends is actually, I think, is a very important element in World of Warcraft. If you have real life friends that play and you guys get on Ventrilo and you do things outside of the game with each other, I think that actually adds a lot uh, to your enjoyment of the game as a whole, because you know the people, you trust them. There's a lot of elements to the game, like whether or not you can trust someone in looting, or whether or not you can rely on somebody to not run away from a fight, all kinds of different things. It just makes it all around more enjoyable. And a lot of my friends have actually stopped playing World of Warcraft or don't play anywhere near as much because there's really not a whole lot to do. If you're not raiding, which happens once or twice a week for me and my friends, if that, if you're not raiding, then you can't really do heroics all that much because you don't get anything out of them. I do them as X for fun periodically when I solo, but for the most part, we've all generally stopped playing, and I think it's going to be that way until Cataclysm. But in this run, I was able to get together a couple of friends, and another couple of friends have started raiding again, have started playing a little more often, so it's become a little more fun. And I think that makes a big difference to me, whether or not people I know are playing. Anyway, so here we are, just avoiding the deep breaths. And I don't know if you saw my magma totem doing his work a little earlier. It was pretty nice. But I've fallen behind in DPS to the rogue. And here's where things get a little out of control, a little out of control for me. All right, Onyxia lands. I've reduced the video down to normal speed, and bam, I die immediately. I think it's because the tank doesn't have aggro, or I might have died because I was standing on one of those cracks and the lava was spewing up. Either way, I know I can resurrect myself with reincarnation, and I'm just waiting for the off tank to pick up all the aggro on the whelps, and I'm also waiting for her to get a fear off so that I can reincarnate just after the fear, so I don't get feared. But I terribly mistimed that, so I reincarnate and I get feared immediately afterwards. But I do manage to get a heal off, and at this point, what I should be doing, this is how to DPS bad. This is how to be a bad DPS. But what I should be doing is focusing on Onyxia and just taking her down. Instead, what I've done is I resurrected myself, and then I dropped my totems, applied Flame Shock to Onyxia, and now I'm focusing on these whelps. The tank's got the whelps under control. I mean, the whelps aren't difficult to tank nowadays. I don't know why, it just, in my head, at the time, it was priority. I was like, I should take these down so everyone can just focus on Onyxia. And then I decide to come chill out by her tail over here. Like, why am I doing this? If I saw a DPS doing this and I was tanking, I'd be mad at that DPS. I'd be like, you need to do things right. So I get kicked down into the whelps here. And you can see me, I still have that never say die attitude. And I'm fighting them, I'm meleeing these whelps, I'm casting chain lightning, I'm healing myself, I drink a mana potion and everything. I'm like, I think I can do this. They're not dealing a whole lot of damage to me. I think I can take these guys down. But eventually they overpower me and bam, there I go. Down goes the great Shaman D. Deep in the depths of the Black Dragon Onyxia's lair. A legend, if ever there was one, has fallen this day. No, D has died again because he's died like this numerous times doing something stupid. I'm always experimenting, and it often leads to really stupid deaths like this. This wasn't an experiment. This was just me sucking. So eventually, Onyxia goes down, and I have to wait a couple of minutes. I'm actually pinging the minimap. I don't show that part. I skip that in the video, but I ping the minimap, and the priest finally locates me. And he's like, he comes up and he's like, "I got you, son." If you read raid chat, and I'm like, "Thanks, man." And he resurrects me up, and we get going from there. And I just roll for my roll for the head of Onyxia. I actually win the head. I thought there was an achievement for turning the head in. There is not. I didn't need any of the gear that comes from the quest for turning in the head of Onyxia. So what I ended up doing was I ended up giving it off to a guildie because there's no achievement, and I didn't need any of the gear, and one of my guildies did, so I just passed it off to him. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have something else that I'm working on. I'm not sure if it's going to work because I'm having some graphics video card problems with the particular game that I was trying to record. But yeah, I have something that I am working on. If nothing else, you can expect some more World of Warcraft videos soon. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you later.